Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and on this video we're going to do a couple of things. I'm going to talk to you about doilies, I'm going to talk to you about how to cut them apart, and I'm going to talk to you about why I think in some cases that is a really good idea to do. And then I'm working on this pillow that is just going to be a hot glue pillow, and I'll show you the start of it. And then after I have everything glued down, then we'll add some buttons. Big surprise, huh? So anyways, it should be really good. Okay, so what is involved in cutting a doily apart? I don't really know the history of these. I just know that ladies, probably and some men too, worked very hard at making table coverings, pillows, napkins, all kinds of things that involved this type of work, big and small. And unfortunately, over time, those items either got stains and they were tucked away for years and then those stains just won't come out, or they got cigarette burns, or they were in good shape, but whoever inherited them, it just wasn't their style. So my philosophy is that it is better to cut apart a doily and make something pretty that you will enjoy, especially if you know who made it. To do that, to do these kind of crafts, and I have a couple to show you, then to either put it in a box in the attic for the next 25 years or put it in a landfill by just tossing it because it's not your style. Or, I guess the least bad situation would be to donate it. But these kind of table coverings, they just are not appreciated. They don't really go in modern homes anymore. And a lot of times they, after being tucked away for years, they don't smell good. So I use them, and I've made all kinds of things. And let me tell you this before I forget. Okay, so my friend Luann is moving away. She's my Bible study friend. And she reached out to me the other day and said, do you want to meet me for a few minutes? I have a whole box of doilies. Doilies and table runners and napkins and all kinds of things. And I said, yes, absolutely. She knew that I love to craft with them. So, like old doilies, they smelled like a combination of cigarette smoke, old-timey perfume. I don't know. They just didn't, not all of them, but the ones I wanted to use didn't smell great. So I just tossed them, like about 6 doilies, in my washing machine on delicate cold with a teeny bit of soap. And then I dried them on gentle and laid them out for the last little bit to dry, and they are perfect. So yes, you can wash them. You want to wash them before you cut them up, though, because my suspicion is that if I threw this in the washing machine, it's going to completely unravel. So wash them before you start cutting them up. Okay, let me show you just a couple of things. These are just random things that I grabbed to show you before I started this live video. I have made all kinds of ornaments on canvas duck that are stuffed, all kinds of different shapes. Here's another ornament. This is a Victorian cone, and it's just made on poster board. It's got doilies on it. This was a project that we did last week. These are little birdhouse stuffies with canvas duck, and this is canvas duck also that has a print on it. And obviously, I used some little doilies. I also used the long edge of a to do the top. Aren't those cute? And then this is a little box that I made several years ago. And I covered it in doilies. I even put doilies on the inside. This spring we'll do a project that has flowers. So besides these, I've done all kinds of pillows, all kinds of projects. There's so much you can do. And you can tea stain them if you don't like them light color. I happen to like them that way. Okay, so for this, oh, and I wanted to show you what I'm working on. I am working currently on some projects that will create like a banner or a streamer with doilies. I haven't mastered it yet, so I'm not ready to come live with it. So today what I'm doing is I'm just adding a bunch of doilies, little pieces to this pillow. Now let me show you how to take apart a doily. This is a question I get the most. If you look closely at your doily, you will see at the end of every little point or every little round, let's see, there's one like this, that there is a place where the person who made it joined it to the next one. And I just snip. I just put my glasses on. And you're not going to get everyone perfect. But I can basically see where they are attached. And you just snip it. And then there's going to be loose strings that you're going to want to pull out and trim up. And that's really all there is to it. I love taking doilies apart, especially if I'm watching TV. It's like one of those things you can do with your hands that's not snacking. And you can crank out a whole bunch of doilies in absolutely no time at all. Okay, so I'm working on this pillow. This is one of the Magnolia pillow covers. They come a set of 2. They're 18 by 18. And if you would like to look at these, they're awesome. I have so many pillows, and I always use these. They have a hidden zipper in the bottom, and they have a nice lining, so you can stencil them. That your pillow isn't going to shift around in there. Anyways, if you would like to look at the pillow covers, they have lumbar pillow covers. They have 12 by 12s. They even have pillow wraps, which just go around the tummy of a pillow. Just say pillow right down here, Pillow, and I will message you that. So I have been playing here for a while. I could absolutely stitch these down. I could even use a sewing machine to attach them. But because not everybody has access or knows how to sew, the easiest thing is just to use a low temperature hot gluing device. This pillow cover is never going to be washed, because if I washed it, it would just come apart. So if it got dirty, I would just spot clean it. But I am just going to use hot glue, and we'll start here at the bottom. I laid down some bigger doily pieces. When I'm not live, I will take the time to tack those down really well. And I'm just going to start layering. You could arrange, I wanted a circle like a wreath. You could arrange your outside pieces and then add to it. But I've just been happily playing with this for a while. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on these and start tacking them down. And I'm embarrassed to say that's really all there is to it. So when you're finished, you are going to have a million glue strings. By the way, this is a Surebonder low temperature hot gluing device. You can get these on Amazon. You can get them at Hobby Lobby. You can get them at Walmart. And I am using the actual little mini glue sticks that they have for those. They also have a product, Surebonder, that is meant for fabric and that is washable. So for something like t-shirt sleeves that I like to roll up, and I know I'm going to want to wash the shirt, I will use a Surebonder fabric glue stick. And this is what they look like versus the regular ones. Anyways, it really does hold it on pretty well. After this is all finished and fluffed, then I will go through my box of buttons and add something there. So tell me what you think. Do you like to craft with doilies? Let me give you some tips on where to find them. Start asking around, because a lot of people inherited a box from a grandma, an aunt, their mother, of doilies that were made in the family that are probably like these. Some of them have cigarette burns, they have little stains, they maybe don't smell great, but start asking your mom, your grandma, your aunts, and then start asking neighbors, do they have any? And then start crafting with it and show people what you're making. And I bet you will find that there's a lot of people in your life who have doilies that are just collecting dust, that are just about to get thrown out and put in a landfill. And if you can use them, wash them, take them apart. That's so much better than having them just go into a landfill, you know, or be hidden away in a cupboard for the next 25 years. So ask around, that's one thing you can do. You can buy doilies, new ones, online. I don't think the new ones are quite as wonderful as these, because I know, for example, that a lady actually made this. This was not a machine created doily. So, but you can buy them. Try Amazon, try Etsy, just Google doilies for sale. And they come in different colors. I like this combination of cream and white and this sort of taupey color. And you can sometimes find them at thrift stores. That's pretty rare. I don't know if I ever have. And you can sometimes find them at antique stores. But antique dealers kind of have this idea that they're valuable, and you would be surprised. Somebody having a doily this big might be asking $12 for it. Okay, Nancy says her grandma made doilies, but she didn't get any and she wished she would have. You know what? I bet you there's somebody in your family, Nancy, that has some or all of those. So start asking around to your living relatives. Does anyone know who has grandma's doilies? And I guarantee that they are not being put out on tables like they were once upon a time, and somebody would probably be glad if they had them. But do those other things. Ask on the other side of the family, ask your neighbors, Google, go to thrift stores and antique stores, and I bet you'll be able to find some. Okay, well, I have completely rambled, and I will be assembling this pillow today. I want to get all my layers exactly how I want them. And then I will add buttons. I don't think I'm going to put anything in this space here because I want this pillow to be usable for every season of the year. I don't want it to say Merry Christmas or Happy New Year's or Happy Valentine's Day or anything like that. I just want it to be a beautiful pillow cover that I can use all year long. But you certainly could. You could also stencil the whole entire pillow cover and then do your layer of doilies in whatever shape you might like too. These pillow covers are from MagnoliaDIY.com. MagnoliaDIY.com. They come a package of 2. They're 18 by 18. These are the nicest pillow covers. They are going to require a quick iron because they come in a plastic bag and they're folded in half. So they're going to have a fold line down the center, but it takes no effort really to iron them. And they hold up great. The zipper's great. The inside lining is great. Yeah, this is a super nice product that I definitely recommend. Okay, everybody. Let's see, what else do I want to tell you? Do a this or a this. Sprinkle, sprinkle if you think somebody in your social media network would like to know what they could do with doilies. Have a wonderful and blessed day, and come back later because when I have this assembled and glued down, I'll get pictures. I'll post them here in these comments, and I will also just post them here on DIY Dreaming. Take 1 second or 2 seconds or maybe 3 to check to see if you are still following this page. Facebook has unfollowed so many people from different pages like mine for some reason, or a glitch, I don't know. But if you're one of those people that are saying, I haven't seen you in forever, I'm still on here every day, multiple times. So Facebook just isn't serving you my content. So check to see and refollow. Engage with me, say something in the comments, check out your notifications. And anyways, have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys soon.